morning, everyone.
Good morning, bro, these are my feet.
No, hey, why not this?
Because they, I
Blake, now let's just sign in.
Frogs are good when you eat them. You're right, wait.
Dakota got first place! I need papers. Dakota got first place. I need Jesse.
So everyone, you're going to need 4 pieces of paper.
Yeah, I think I got them all.
We got them all? Yeah.
I think so.
With some assistance, I was able to pass them all out.
Only
I don't know.
all but one. Because no one doesn't know how to pass on paper.
I already have 2 players.
2 players? Oh, pass. They didn't. No, it's kind of, they were having issues, so we played it without.
Yeah, you guys try to log on
Yeah.
to your iPads. Last hour we had issues with the internet, so hopefully they've got it fixed so we can get in.
Oh, no,
Hey,
I don't have
my
one
partner.
I'm gonna go be with me.
I will,
Yes, forget
Alright, let's
one.
see.
I have friends.
Evan,
Friends.
right there.
Friends.
You don't have friends. I'm okay.
You're the one that
Grandma, can I be your partner?
Zoe.
I know
It's
not.
like Friday.
That's also me.
No.
Camille.
That's a good guy.
Hey, pop one.
Caden.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my god.
There it is.
Oh my goodness. I hate Wednesdays.
Cameron. Audience there. Ariana. Right there. Vincent.
So my dad told me to stay out of school. And I'm like, Dad, I need to go to school and get my education.
Brooklyn.
Sorry, but don't you
I
think
There we go.
yeah, they're at that video because come on.
Oh my god. I can't invite her to everything.
So guys, you're going to need your iPads and sign into Kahoot if you can. If we're not, we'll just play it as it is. But you're going to need iPads. Let's not do this again.
Blake, strike one.
I don't know. Are you okay?
I didn't know. Are you good, bro?
What happened? My voice will go off.
It's very high pitched. So guys, we'll give you a few minutes. If you can't sign in, that's okay. We'll just play it as is. And we raise our hands up as we try.
Wait, I got a flip phone.
I'm waiting for my eyes to sing the
Connect.
and my eyes were not smart.
Is anybody being
They need better technician.
My internet.
Am I right?
Is that it?
Noah?
What about you, Noah?
I fucking good one. I get humble.
Oh, we can sit over there.
I'll be on the second.
Evan, you're Monday.
Ringtone? Did you sound
It's
Oh yeah. Aubrey is.
both of us Monday. It's a Monday. It's Monday.
You would be rich. Yes, I know. That's who I got. No, I thought Aubrey. What?
Okay, guys.
Wait, I'm on the
Oh my god. This is
I
annoying.
Okay. Where's your phone? Okay, guys. Since we can't sign in, we're going to go ahead and get started. Okay?
I'm already in.
What do you mean you're waiting for Addie and me?
Oh, yeah, it's the internet itself, the Wi-Fi.
No, her phone, her thing's turning on.
Is there?
Stay.
Take that off.
I'll give you a few more minutes, but just in case your iPads are not signing in, okay, when we get to the questions, and I read them out loud, and choose the answers, raise your hands for the answers you want, okay?
Wait, can I use my phone?
You may use your phone.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's
Phony?
This is why you have no friends, Noah.
Yes.
No one's got more friends than you.
So,
Oh!
I'll give you,
Oh wow, that's a roast. Oh man, I can't believe you roasted.
once no gets signed in, we're going to get started, okay?
What? Toasted.
You okay?
Guys, you need to.
I'm a Republican.
Sure that was scary.
Are you in, Noah?
What? No.
Don't worry about it, we'll get it started anyway.
You're my new best friend.
Okay, guys, remember, raise your hands for the answers you want.
A, B, C.
So let's get started. It's okay. Let's get started. This influential Texas figure was arrested by the Mexican government. Santa Anna. Stephen F. Austin.
I probably got it wrong.
Moses Austin. Miriam Brown. Guys, you guys didn't raise your hands.
It was Santa Anna.
It was Santa Ana?
Yes.
Well, we're gonna get to that in a second. It was Stephen F. Austin. Why is Miriam Turan and Santa
I got
Ana?
it wrong.
You're here? You need to be here, okay?
I need to be like way down here.
Why is it not Santa Ana and Mira A. Turan?
They weren't arrested in Mexico.
Because they're Mexicans. Because
Influential Texas figure. Mira Turan and Santa Ana are influential, right? But they're for the Mexican government.
Yeah, they didn't get arrested in Mexico.
So, Mira Turan recommendations focused on what? More immigration from Europe and Mexico. Okay? Creating forts, garrisons, and their major settlements.
wait, do we like hold up the number?
Hold up the number? No, just raise your hand. It's going to be all the above.
I was so confused.
You were so confused. So guys, if you're confused, raise your hands when I read out the questions, so I know which ones you want.
Stop it! He stole my. What happened? Can I help you?
Cameron, please sit down.
I can't see now.
Oh,
Oh,
yes.
And what you be saying at this time? The law of April 6th was the result of what? This is new. A centralist government. New tolerance reports. All the above.
Oh no, all the above is only.
You say all the above?
Yes.
Okay. Who else is all the above? It's going to be Mira and Toronto report. This is new. Huh? This is what he shows? Okay.
Was that like 6? Yeah.
What was that?
What is April 6?
April. The law of April 6th, 1830.
When did we do this?
We haven't. That's today. We're going to learn this today.
Oh, I was so
Yeah.
confused. I missed something.
See guys, I wanted to introduce these concepts to you.
He's only
Right?
That's me.
So, the professionals, a profession agreed to bring U.S. citizens, immigrants to Texas. Who thinks it's ambassadors? Who thinks it's emperors? Who thinks it's impresarios? It's impresarios. Guys,
I got one right.
so it is impresarios.
Exactly.
How many recommendations did Mira make to the Mexican government? Who thinks it's 4? Who thinks it's 3? Who thinks it's 1? 2?
I think it's 4. I think it's an answer.
4, it has to be an answer, right?
It's gotta be answered.
It's gotta be an answer. We talked about all the
It's
above.
gotta be answered.
All the above. That's not an answer.
All the above.
It's going to be 3. What were the 3?
I was right.
What were the 3 recommendations that Mira made?
No, was it? It was 4.
It was 3.
No.
It was 3.
Don't argue with the
No,
teacher.
it was 3. You're not the teacher, man.
Vincent, you are smart, and I believe in you. Give me these 4.
No more immigration.
I don't have
more
any
slaves.
family. I'm sad.
And forts and gear. And the taxes on the taxes.
High taxes on Texas.
That is 4. You are correct, and
If that's your grandma, then.
Mira made 3 recommendations to increase trade, right?
Yeah.
To have forts and garrisons, and to
What?
have more immigrations from Europe and Mexico. Those are 3 recommendations he made. There are going to be 4 results from that from the law. So what did the law of April 6 do to Anglo settlers? Sanction Mexican troops in Texas. Limited Anglo immigration.
Yeah, no, it's all of the above.
All the above.
It is all the above. It's going to be all of the above, and it's going to include
Oh my god.
these Texas guys. Focus. These Anglo settlers from practicing slavery. It's going to limit that.
Savory?
My dad is talking about
Slavery.
I thought I heard you say savory.
I got a weird voice. So Colonel Bradburn built a fortress at Galveston Bay to enforce the law of November 6, 1800. So raise your hand if it's false.
False. No.
I need you to raise your hand, guys. I need to know what you think. Who thinks it's true?
I
You didn't raise your hand. I'm gonna ask you. False or true? You don't know?
I'm Mercedes.
Yes.
I'm gonna say
You got 50-50 chance here.
False is true.
Yeah? Okay.
am.
So it's going to be falso.
Yeah.
Okay.
False is true on this one.
We talked about, now if you looked at the questions before this, you just noticed that the law of April 6, right? 1830. So let's just a quick tidbit. We're going to be talking about this today.
No.
So Mirtron made a report about what, guys? Guys, we're talking, we should be reading. Texas borders between Louisiana conditions. Who thinks it's that? Raise your hand.
All of the above.
All the above.
All the above.
Guys, all the above. They
No,
usually
it's
rhyme,
it's
usually
rumpus.
wrong.
It's rumpus. But it's rumpus.
So Native American resources and locations.
Rumpus.
Oh yeah, rumpus.
Rumpus.
Guys, it should be
Rumpus.
the number of Anglo settlers and their attitudes about Mexico.
It's our first right.
Now, officially, he went to on this tour to see and the circle, right? The triangle.
What is really?
What is that?
He was pressing right. This is our first question we got right.
That's inappropriate.
And it feels so good.
So Mirtron's report went to which kind of Mexican government?
That one.
Who thinks it's essential? Raise your hand.
I bet it's centrist.
Yeah,
Why need you raise your hand, guys?
I bet it's dictatorship.
Democratic government.
I don't care.
Who thinks it's a federal government?
Yeah.
Let's go. We don't
Oh,
talk
Democratic.
Hey, guys. Okay, guys.
Stop. It's weird.
Let's address this now, so we get
Quiet.
Oh my gosh, yes. Oh my god.
We don't need to be standing up when we're not supposed to be standing up, right? We should not be talking when we're trying to do this activity.
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, guys?
Retarded.
I need you to raise your hands for this so I know what you guys think and what you know. I know technology has failed today, but I still want to do this.
I said I ever just dead inside.
Dakota's in first place.
So the Turtle Bayou resolutions was what kind of document? Claims to support Santa Ana and to not be rebels.
I
Raise your hand, guys. Who thinks it's the yellow?
I think
Circle.
it's turtles.
You think it's turtles? And listen. Who thinks it's a list of reasons for Texas to break away from Mexico?
Oh,
Got it right.
Who thinks it's all of the above?
you should raise your hand because you're the one who pressed it.
Yeah.
Pressed.
Okay, guys, it's going to be claims that support Santa Ana, and they're not starting their rebellion. We're going to be talking about this today.
That's inappropriate.
No, what?
Yeah,
Dakota
first
got
place.
first place.
Oh, yeah, it's Dakota.
I'm in first place.
Yeah.
I got third place. Why am I not there?
So, guys,
Caden,
Yeah.
in yours,
I'm not.
thank you.
What?
I know, but
Do you know what my sister said when I said that? She said, it's
y'all are
not-
supposed to be paying attention.
I'm paying attention.
You're talking, and this is your second strike.
I know.
so guys, this is the second activity we are doing. Oh, you're
I'm trying to stay away.
yeah. So guys, this is the second. Hey, 1, 2, 3 eyes on me. So on your desk,
I forgot that.
there is a worksheet,
Okay.
a puzzle worksheet. Now, it says technology is failed us today. We will be doing this as a class.
Technology
Yay.
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 You don't sound very happy about it.
I'm trying to be technology.
So guys, we're going to be watching this video, and when we get to the questions, I want you guys to already read ahead so you know which answers you want to choose.
Technology.
That guy did a puzzle worksheet.
A puzzle worksheet. Ah, no.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's just a video for right now. So guys, this worksheet right here, you're going to be filling it out as we go along. This paper right here. Does everyone have a paper?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, good.
Yeah.
So let's get started.
Hey guys, welcome to part 3 of the Road to Revolution. We're talking about the Texas Revolution, all the events that lead up to it, and today we're at the third one, the Laws of April 6, 1830. Doesn't sound very exciting. Laws of April 6, but these laws are so important to our story because without them, we might not have had the Texas Revolution, or at least in the way that we know it. The last couple of videos, we talked about this sort of pattern where it looks like the same issues that happened with the Spanish missions and the reason why Spain lost control of Texas, from the natives rejecting it, and then they sent an official named Marquis Ruby to look into it, and he made a recommendation to close the missions down. It seems that Mexico is following the same policy, where they had problems with the Fredonian Rebellion, and they sent Mir Turan last time to come look at it, and he discovered that there was a lot of issues, and he's going to make some recommendations that will cause the Anglos to sort of overreact, or at least be fairly upset. Before we get into the laws of April 6, I want to establish a few facts. Because they are in 1830, that's when they occur, and they mostly apply to the people, the Anglo settlers in Coahuila, Tejas.
So guys, here's the first question. The law of April 6, 1830 applied to who, Evan?
Anglo settlers in Texas.
Can you repeat that?
Anglo settlers in Texas.
Anglo settlers in Texas. Why is it not in Argentina?
Because we're not in Argentina.
We're not in Argentina. That's
Argentina's
very
like
true.
4,000.
Do you guys know where Argentina is?
It's in New Jersey.
It's in northern.
Actually,
In southern America.
Argentina's actually
South America,
Asia.
right? You're close. You're so close. So
So,
guys, it's going to be Anglo settlers in Texas.
I got that right.
You guys,
how did
you
you
smart.
Remember, Texas is not its own state, it's a part of another state in Mexico known as
Guys,
Coahuila.
shouldn't be talking so we can hear what's
And the two
going
people
on.
involved are going to be the Anglo settlers, and the current government at the time was underneath a president named Bustamante, and he was a centralist. And if you remember, centralists want the central government, the national government, to have more power than the states.
So guys, a centralist government, what more blank than the blank? Noah,
Power than the states.
power than the states.
And states.
And states. Or if you put it in this, right, it'd be power and then the states. Fill the blank.
I'm always right.
Yo.
So he's going to be very much into controlling the situation. Remember, Mir Turan was sent to look at all the problems in Texas, and he discovered that, well, Anglos totally outnumbered Mexicans, 10-1. That slaves were in Texas when they should not have been, and that the Anglos were not acting very Catholic. They weren't acting very Mexican. And he saw American flags flying in 4th of July celebrations, and he's like, whoa, 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 whoa. These people are supposed to be acting Mexican. So he made a series of recommendations.
So guys, what did Mir Turan find in Texas to let all that apply? If you remember this from the last lesson I taught. Cameron.
They were not practicing Catholics in Israel, practiced slavery. That Texas was divided by. Wait, no, wrong word.
Yeah?
The Anglo-settlers outnumbered Tejanos.
1, 2, and 3.
So do you all agree for
1, 2, and
outnumbered Anglo settlers? 10 to 1?
Yes.
Yeah?
I believe.
Okay, what about the second one?
Uno, dos, and tres.
Yes.
Were they practicing Catholics?
No.
They were not practicing Catholics. What about this second one? Did they practice?
Slavery.
Yes.
Yeah?
They're bad people.
No.
What about this last one?
Oh.
So Cameron thinks it's not. What about you, Noah? You think this is the last one here? No? Okay, let's see. You're right. Fantastic.
I'm the smartest
You're
person.
a smart one.
And the president,
It's okay.
the centralist president, his name was Bustamante, was determined to turn those into some very rigid laws. Those laws are called the Laws of April 6.
So guys, what were the laws that the centralist government made? Laws of April 6, April 30. Evan.
Laws of April 6, 1830.
Isn't that the laws of November 19th, 1900? No? Isn't that the Texas laws?
No.
No?
Yeah.
So we all agree that the law of April 6, 1830?
Yeah, sure.
I strongly believe.
You strongly believe. Well, let's see if that belief is right. It is right, but there is a typo here.
And I want you to think about yourself if you were a settler in Texas and you heard these laws come out. You know that they apply to all of Mexico, but they seem to be aimed at you. So let's go over some of these laws. The first one is that we want more Mexicans to live in Coahuila, Tejas. And the way we're going to do it is that if you're Mexican, you get to choose the best land. You also, it doesn't matter if you were even a prisoner. We're going to send prisoners into Texas. We're going to help those people get land. And if you're an Anglo and you want the same land, the Mexicans automatically get the best land.
So guys, the first law did what with Mexican immigration? Let's hear for someone else.
Provided better land grants to Anglo settlers.
Like,
You have a hand, raise it.
Oh, I do have hands.
But Blake, are you sure about that?
No, I'm not.
Does everyone agree with them?
No.
This is what I get for being smart.
Okay guys, what do you guys think it is then? Wanted Texas to be solely Anglo populated based.
Yeah, I think that.
Yes.
see.
The one.
Yeah.
C?
Yeah.
But we got 2 C's already. Evan, what do you think?
It allows for Mexican immigrants better land grants than
What I
Anglo settlers.
said.
Can we all agree to that?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
You're right, guys. It is C. It allowed for Mexican immigration better lands grants than Anglo settlers.
No more Anglos are allowed to cross into Tejas. At the Sabine River, which is the border between Texas and Louisiana, we're going to make sure no one can cross. We're going to be watching the ports. It got so drastic at some points, they said, well, even if your family wanted to come, let's say you left some children or your wife, well, you know what? Sorry, tough luck. You are going to have to either go back and just stay in America, or you're going to stay here without them. So think about Anglo settlers who are seeing these things play out.
So, what happened with family members and friends if they were left in the U.S.?
They died.
They died? That's harsh, Blake. They didn't just die. They lived on.
Died.
Evan. Actually,
They couldn't enter Texas no matter what circumstances.
okay. What do you think?
They couldn't enter Texas no matter what the circumstances.
I'm going to call you next.
They didn't have friends.
Yeah. Because I wanted to call him, I said Evan. So, guys, they could not enter Texas, but with some condition there.
Very top.
At the very top. You're right. It's the very top.
We said no slaves, and we meant no slaves. If you have slaves, we're currently going to make sure that you can't buy anymore. We're also, if anyone who's a young slave, by the age of 14, they will be freed.
They will be free.
So, what happened to slavery in Texas after this law?
Me.
Let's hear for someone I haven't heard from yet.
Me.
Yeah. No. I can't remember.
I'm trying
My hand was like. Oh,
Blake.
That's me.
Kaden. I knew that. I knew this entire time. Yes. Yeah. Sure. I know. I want you to answer the next question. I called it. Kaden, what do you think?
Wow. They meant no. Hang on. They
Okay.
meant no slaves, and any slaves that turned 14 were freed when they came of age.
So
So you
technically,
think it's C?
Yeah.
so if you had slaves before that, once they turned 14, they were free.
If they were above free, if they were 14 and above. they would consider like coming of age. It's like when I turn 18, I'm considered an adult, right?
Wait,
Yeah.
I thought no, because technically 19 is still a teenager because it has teen at the end.
It is, but in the text list,
You're an adult.
it's 18 when you're in there. That's when stuff gets real.
It's when you have to really realize you have to grow up.
So they're going to basically get rid of slavery by aging it out, by not allowing new slaves to come. And a lot of these Anglo settlers believed they had to have slaves in order to be successful, to farm all this land they got. We're going to send more troops. We're going to put more forts. We're going to put more Mexican soldiers in Texas.
So guys, what did Mexico send more of to Texas? I promise I will come back to this.
Called slaves.
What do you got?
Oh, I have to answer this?
Oh yeah.
I'm Chinese.
They sent more troops.
Yeah.
Are you sure they sent more troops?
Oh, yeah.
We sent more troops.
Send more troops. What about roads?
No, we sent more troops.
What about supplies?
Made more troops. Yeah.
More troops. You're set on this,
More
right?
troops. They
Oh,
made
wait, it's
more
multiple
troops.
choice?
No, it's not multiple choices. It is multiple choice, but you only select one.
They made
Are you
more
sure?
troops.
Yes.
I didn't hear it.
You're right. I
They
mean,
made more troops than British.
So if you were getting frustrated earlier with the presence of Mexican soldiers, well, get ready for us to double down on that policy. And finally, we don't want you to buy American stuff. You're supposed to be acting Mexican, you're supposed to be dressing Mexican, you're supposed to be thinking as if you're a Mexican, and we need to make sure that you have no ties to America. So we're going to put a tax on things that come from America. Anything that could come from America, we're going to put something on called a duty. And a duty basically is a tax on goods from America. So something that normally would cost you $2 from America, let's put a tax on it, and let's make it more expensive so that you're forced essentially to buy from Mexico.
so guys, what are the duties
Aha, you said duty.
with Anglo settlers?
I know this one.
I haven't heard from yet.
You haven't heard from me yet.
Don't call her
Yeah.
social studies nerd.
Who hasn't called on you? That's my perfect English
You
right
haven't called on me yet?
Yeah,
there. Vincent, I haven't called on you yet. Which one is it?
E.
It's the
Yes.
Los Tejanos citizens must contribute and fulfill their
No,
duties.
it's E.
No, it's oh, no, read it off of yours. You have to read it off of yours.
Yeah.
Cause
Read off
read it,
these.
Vincent.
Because that they mix up the answers.
To act as a taxation of the coming from the.
That one.
not as
This
not-
one.
Yeah. No, I don't think.
You don't think it is? What do you think it is?
If you get it wrong, you're wrong.
Settlers had a duty to be loyal to Mexico.
So guys, let's go ahead and answer this. I'm gonna go with Vincent here.
Ha! I'm smarter than y'all.
Vincent is right. What is a duty?
It's tax.
Work.
I
It
didn't
is
hear that.
technically work.
Bad word.
In this context, it is a taxation. Yeah.
Oh my God.
So it's not necessarily a call of duty, like,
Oh my gosh, I'm so happy.
but
You know what? You have
Hey.
lost privilege.
it is a taxation.
Well, think about yourself as an American settler, an Anglo settler who's come to Texas, and you see all this stuff. Basically, the Anglos are outraged. They are going to lose their minds. They're going to be very, very frustrated. Now, this is not to say that the Mexican government was wrong. It's just to say that they kind of go from being very hands-off to being very, very strict. And the Anglos did not have really a chance to adjust. And you will see their reaction the next time we talk as we continue down the road to revolution.
So guys, last question. What were Anglo settlers' reactions to the law of April 6,
I'm
1830?
smart. I know this one.
You haven't called on me.
Yeah, I'm calling Hayden.
You have
What
a
do
call on
you
me.
think it is?
Ah, I don't know, man.
You don't know?
I know.
Well, take a best shot. Okay, let's read these out. They were very angry when the new laws affected to hold more power to the central government. You think that's it?
I say yeah.
Sure.
Sure? What about confused by the new law and they didn't see what it was trying to achieve?
No, it was neat.
Well, they were indifferent by the new law and not caring what Mexico did in Texas.
No, it was
They
A.
were very,
Hey, oh, it was A.
they're very angry by
Think it's
the
A?
new law.
Sure,
Yes.
yeah. I strongly believe, yeah. It's,
What did the video say?
That
They were triggered mentally and physically.
I don't know.
I think you got it right.
They were very angry.
I was right the whole time.
You were right, Cameron.
You can understand the Anglos don't like centralists, they don't like Bustamante, and they're going to push for a government that gives them more power, and that will be a federalist government. And we will talk about the outcome of that in our next Road to Revolution video.
That's nice.
I don't like
That is nice, right?
No.
No.
I was being sarcastic.
You're being, oh, that's so mean. What would you say?
Vince doesn't like the videos.
Also makes money on phone.
So guys, you're gonna take out your guided notes now.
I don't have to.
Yeah, you're gonna have to because you gotta fill these out. So as we're going, please fill these out. Today we're going to be talking about the law of April 6, 1830, if you haven't gone yet. We're going to talk about the Turtle Bayou resolutions. Turtle? Is it Turtle? Bayou resolutions and the arrest of Stephen F. Austin. Yes, what?
Why are they talking about
I like turtles.
I like turtles.
Blake, what was that?
Why is it called the Turtle Bayou Revolution?
We're going to get to that. Yes,
I like
I
you're gonna learn it. Listen.
I like
Yes,
turtles.
you may. I'll make sure you sign up.
Made recommendations.
So guys, let's get started with this lecture.
On my sandwich.
My face hurts.
I did.
Yeah, okay, good. So, Tehran returns with this report, right? He's going to make 3 recommendations. Those are going to be increasing trade, forcing garrisons in Texas, and more immigration from Mexico and Europe. Okay? You guys remember this from last time I saw it?
No.
No?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
I
you do.
remember.
Come on.
What paper are we on?
I.
It's been a while. It has been like a week since Thanksgiving.
Oh
But.
no,
Only
don't
like
go.
2 years.
So
It's
guys,
been like 2 weeks.
Don't.
the results of the Tehran are going to be the laws of April 6, 1830. This is going to be big to the road of revolution. Okay? It's going to return more centralistic government, right? He's going to give them his report. They're going to make this law of April 6, 1830. They're going to prohibit any immigration from any more Anglo-Americans into Texas. Okay? It's going to place taxes on goods coming into Texas, and it's going to eliminate the use of slavery from in Texas.
Wait. What's
It's
this
cooked
one?
up.
The law angered many.
What is this one? This law angered many what?
We haven't got to that yet.
What is this one?
Law.
It's Mr. Copas.
This law angered many.
All of
We haven't gotten that yet. So,
What's
guys,
the law?
it's going to
Wait, what?
Mexican troops are going to be stationed permanently inside Texas. So the law angered many Texans residents. Okay, in the fear that it would hurt the Texas economy, because at this point they thought slavery was the only means to have a good business.
True that.
It was a horrible practice. So, friends and families are going to be left outside the U.S. and they couldn't join their families in Texas.
Texas Revolution. I bet that's right.
Yeah.
Turtle Bayou.
So, Colonel Juan Davis Bradburn, a Mexican force, was placed in built a fort at the entrance of the Trinity Rivers on Galveston Bay. He enforced the law April 6, 1830. He arrests Franco Madero, who was a general land commissioner.
Francisco Madero.
He issued land tax. So basically, use it. Sorry.
Wait,
How do you spell that?
Okay.
I didn't get that first.
and what's the first one?
Hang on.
What's the first one?
Hang on.
You guys are not going anywhere yet?
We go back? No, don't go back.
Like I said,
No, maybe use this first. No, don't go back.
I'll see you.
I'll see you later.
Hey,
You guys owe me a lot of stuff on that Project Choice Board.
I
Show it
finished.
to Miss Vogel.
Did you see my hook?
Some of you have really bad grades.
hey, I still
I'll see you Monday.
Bye, Nova Scopus.
So, guys, he was arrested due to the belief of violation of these new laws. Are we all good on this side?
No.
Yes, sir.
Yes? No? Who said no?
Me.
Why?
Peyton's using the paper to get the first copy.
Well, if you need a paper, I got one.
So you are cheating off of each other? No, she didn't get it. I'm helping her.
Yeah. Well,
I did it.
you did it? Okay, good. Let's move on.
Look at mine.
Okay.
Friendship.
So, guys, if you see here,
What is that?
this is the map of Texas.
It doesn't look. It just looks like.
That doesn't look like Texas.
So, guys,
It looks wider.
this
Or Texas. That's
There's a map right
Kansas.
there.
That's our
No,
Kansas.
it's too
So
white.
this is going to be the general direction of the Trinity River, right? And this is going to be Galveston Bay. Yeah. Why would he place a fort there?
Oh, I know.
Vincent.
Why?
So people can't come in from Galveston Bay, like try to sneak in.
Very good, Vincent. That's right. What else? Why he would put his fort there?
Why?
Water. Why is water such an important
You
resource?
can die without it.
Yes,
If
well.
we don't drink the water, we are going to die because like 78% of our body has water in it.
75.
That's very good, but that has nothing to do with what we're
That's
talking about.
approximately.
So, guys, what was the main transportation at this time?
Boats.
Train.
Boats. Oh, very good. Boats. What boats need?
What?
Water.
Deep water.
Water.
What is what? Water needs hydrogen and oxygen, but that's not. So guys, he's gonna place his fort on this bay. So when people start shipping up that river, using that river,
Place taxes on
he
it.
place taxes on them.
That's
He's also close to the Louisiana border, so he can start saying, "Hey, no more immigrants from Texas."
Or I will kill you.
No.
Killing is a strong word, more like arrest. So Bradford continues to enforce the law. He disbands Government of Liberty, which was a town that was made by Madero. And Madero. I'm sorry. Thank you. He enforces these new taxations. Why? That's why he placed that where he did. He's also going. This is when Travis Williams and Patrick Jack, two lawyers from Louisiana, get involved with Texas. They went for Madero, but they started forming a citizen militia. What is a militia, guys?
It's a small word for war. I mean, not war, but military.
It's an untrained military organization.
Well, they can be trained. Militia is
It's a Spanish military.
It's not a Spanish military. A militia is a small army. Evan's right. So they can be trained. They might not have all the resources, but they're going to be a force. So they also spread false rumors of a possible invasion from Louisiana. Why would they
They're
say that?
volunteers. The militias are volunteers.
They all volunteer. Yeah.
Oh,
they're
they
going
did that to spread the forces thin. They said.
Now they said these rumors so they can have this militia, this force. Now Bradburn hears this, right? He said, "Well, you guys are making an army, basically," and he arrests both of them, and they are going to be waiting on to be tried. So a force of 100 men marched against Bradburn, captured Mexican troops for an exchange of Travis Williams and Jack. Yeah, Patrick Jack. In fear of retaliation, settlers retreated to Turtle Bayou. Okay?
Not a rebellion.
Yes. This is when the resolutions are going to officially happen. They're going to be a list of resolutions or statements that declared that they were not rebellion, okay, against Mexico. They were only defending their own rights.
Move
your head.
And they declared to support the General Antonio Lopez de Santa Anna. Okay? Santa Anna. Santa Anna, at this point, was leading his own revolution, and he's going to win.
Isn't he Mexican?
He is Mexican. He's going to be the president of Mexico pretty soon, and he supported federal power instead of a central one. So Santa Anna,
And you're cooking.
Santa Anna is not Anglo. He's Hispanic. So Mexican. Mexicano. So he defeated Bustamonte's forces in 1832. Bustamante at the time was the president of Mexico, the centralist president of Mexico. So he gains power, he gains control over the Mexican government. He's promising to restore the Constitution of 1824. Okay, Texans are going to want this because it's before the law of April 6, 1830. So they finally meet, all the Texans decided to have this convention in 1832. They're going to have another one in 1833. And the premise of both conventions are, they wanted to set an agreement, allowing more immigration from the United States. Texas becomes a separate state from Mexico, still a part of Mexico, but they're going to be a state of Mexico, like the U.S. They're going to want lands for public schools. They're going to want the remove of customs and taxations. Santa Anna was then elected president of Mexico.
I am president of Mexico.
Now, at the beginning of his presidency, Stephen F. Austin went to Mexico as a delegate. What is a delegate?
Like delicate, like softly.
That's delicate. What is delegate?
With a D.
It's delicate.
He's a negotiator, guys. He's going to negotiate the new terms to Santa Anna.
He's a representative.
A representative. Fantastic.
He's my dad.
So he found chaos with this new establishment of the new government.
That's my line.
No meeting. He goes there to meet Santa Anna, and there's no meeting with Santa Anna. He gets mad, right? So he sends a letter back home. And this letter is when he starts getting into trouble. Okay, this letter was meant to inform others to prepare for statehood without permission.
Santa Anna became a dictator?
We'll get to that. We'll jump ahead. Okay, so guys, they get this letter. They say, the Mexican government says, what are you doing with this letter? Well, it's like, well, we want to statehood, we're preparing for it. Well, we didn't agree to that. You're going to get arrested. So, he was in prison for his letter. And he was released after a time, but he was arrested. He returns to Texas. When he's returning to Texas, Santa Anna, the dictator, right? He starts to take steps to dictatorship.
They dropped something.
He's done
Okay. So he's going to disband the legislature, the one that he promised to ensure, and he's going to specifically disband legislature that are going to be Mexican state from being formed, and then he assumes control of the army. So, did everyone get everything off their slides?
No.
Not this one. The very last one was good.
The very last one?
I'm helping people out there.
Okay, guys, what we're going to do next, you have a slip of paper right here. right?
One way
You
without.
should all have 2 slips of paper. One with the box in it,
Yes.
and one with the folded handout. Okay. Yes, the boxes. That's actually. So guys, once you get those, okay, does everyone have one? You have one? Awesome, listen. So guys, you're going to read that informative handout. Okay, and once we do that, answer those questions. And now on that slip of paper. Okay? And then we're going to talk about your answers after you have some time to get that done and read it. Does everyone know what they're doing?
No.
No?
I don't think so.
Well guys, you're reading this paper, right? Okay? You're filling this out using this paper. With your notes, if you want to use your notes.
I can't read, I'm on like kindergarten.
Come on, Mr. Garcia.
I said you're the smartest in the world.
I'm smarter than him.
I don't know how to read.
I'm the dumbest person.
You know how to read.
No, I don't.
No, guys, let's not go
If you were the
that
dumbest person, you
Okay.
wouldn't be able to talk. Ha!
route.
No, don't need
We're in 7th grade and we'll know what we're doing at this
Are you
point.
saying dumb people?
So guys, read those papers.
Oh my god.
There should not be talking during this time. Yes. Please sign out.
Okay, there are some cheese time.
Yes.
Page restaurant.
Whoa, guys.
I'm shaking.
Let's not do line heads. Look, we'll talk about that when we get to that. Okay?
What?
I'm hearing whistling noises. Nah, I shouldn't. But I'm still hearing it.
Doesn't.
Doesn't? It's impressive, I'll give you that.
No,
Very impressive.
no, that last one was me. He was doing
But we should be reading.
There's too much.
There's not too
No,
much.
we can't get some paper because
Is that
I
what
want
I-
not to read it.
You know what help out a lot? If you read the questions, right?
I know how to read.
Yeah.
And then you read,
That's a lot of
you read this, and see what you need. So you know what you need from this paper, and then you get start writing it down.
Stop. I can't whistle.
Pathetic.
But we're not practicing on whistling.
He
We're
was.
practicing on
Wait.
reading.
So when we read it, we can answer the document myself.
You
I don't know.
okay, guys? You don't actually have to read the entire paper. Okay? You should. Okay? But if you read, let me borrow this one fast. If you read these questions, right, and you get an idea how to answer them, and then you read the handout, it's going to help out a lot.
So Mary and Brian agreed with the law of
Let's read on our heads.
I'm not whistling.
You're blowing into that weird thing.
I'm not whistling.
I should
I'm
ask.
not whistling.
What do you need?
I still need some.
Well, she's
like,
still
not
from
people out there.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, right.
Are you gonna be a helper? You should go to my other
I already got it. I just need the answer sheet.
I'm probably not in my other church.
No, it is really
Oh. Why did you choose that? Oh. You already have one.
I do.
I need one. Well, you know what you're doing, right? Okay. You shouldn't. Honestly, you don't need all this. You just need those two. Vincent, let's not whistle. You must.
What do we need?
I don't know.
City town. Thank you.
This is not fair.
I strongly agree. How do you break 2 mechanical fences in less than 3 minutes?
Yeah. I'm assuming
Yes.
these are infixable, so.
No.
I wanna actually-
Where's that sucking pen? I need to throw it.
Unless
Here's the
you
pen.
wanna like put this in your bag, let's.
Give me the
let's
pen.
get rid of
Throw
that.
the
That's a nice
That's
pen.
my,
No, it doesn't work, but that's my advantage.
Because I'm with my grandma.
They want
I
to
was
strongly.
with my mom.
I
You don't
gave
need
you
that.
a pen.
Sharpie. I got a Sharpie.
I only have my special
He did.
I have a special
Yeah,
highlighter too.
the one that Sarah was fighting over.
Where's Sarah and Brooklyn?
They're at the Rachel Challenge thing.
Oh, I know that.
Why didn't I get invited? I'm like,
That's why.
Because you're not.
Yeah, just
no,
sign
I'm
up
not
for it.
invited.
I gotta sign up
You
for
still
it.
get it when you can, there's pens up there, after it should be.
Wait, we could have signed
Hopefully I
up.
don't break this.
No,
They don't make it.
How would you break a Sharpie?
If we break a Sharpie,
I was
we're
going to
gonna
buy me a new Sharpie.
No, they had like, if they had extra openings, they'll let you
It's
stay.
game day tomorrow.
I didn't sign up.
What? But there weren't.
They probably wasn't
They probably all filled up.
because there was only 100 students with these.
Henri.
I have a few still.
I believe it.
No, like a question.
I don't get it.
Question.
We get it.
We're gonna do the other
Where do
two.
we find Santa Anna on this
Fellow was
page?
like, I just did this game day.
You look for the Infinity what you're looking for today.
Yeah.
All the-
The one already came out, I haven't watched it.
The what?
Infinity
Next
War.
section, back in Texas.
It comes out May 4th and it's.
What's the Infinity War?
Wait, what's
I
it
did
about?
read it.
You don't know what Infinity War is about?
No.
You have to look at
Yes.
Okay, yeah, it's right here.
I'm Patrick
I
Sarge.
need more.
No, what's it about? I might have already seen it.
No, it came out this morning.
What came out this
Well,
morning?
noted.
What came out this morning?
It must be
What's it about?
It might be
Why
about.
is it studies?
All I care about is police. So
It's
See your
for the
mom.
red train thing, it was supposed to collect administrative
Evan.
stuff. You team up to defeat him.
based on.
Guys, we should not be
Is
talking.
that Marvel or
They don't know what
DC?
Infinity War is.
I think it's Marvel.
Yes.
Very tricky.
Infinity War is Marvel, but it has nothing to do with Texas at the moment. Okay?
But there's some people
One's
who
history,
are-
one's fiction.
Well, fiction is real.
Hard enough.
Fiction is in history.
Yes?
Yeah.
Thanks for great.
Fiction has history.
Are we gonna go over together? Don't ruin our childhood.
Social
We
studies.
must believe in something. Addie, you never ask a teacher if something is for.
You never actually.
We're the Japanese way of thinking.
You're not. No.
Also,
No,
don't say that.
what is that?
Japanese
Cow?
Excuse me.
I'm her friend.
It involves.
Yep.
Four cows at Texas. Hey guys,
Addie is her friend.
Guess what? I found out that he's my sister.
He's your sister, supposed to be raised.
What?
Let's go cry in a corner now.
I'm not good
Show me
at,
your
I'm not very good at
Wait, doesn't that make you my grandmother?
Oh no.
that's a good answer.
What? Oh my god.
I'm gonna answer.
It's a good rationale. Now,
No, that makes me your aunt.
yeah, just keep reading this.
You're my niece.
I can't read
Think
it.
about these two.
Since
These
when
laws.
does an H become a W?
Okay, that's gonna come into
When you
play.
flip it upside down and curve the little
I'll
point.
destroy you.
I'll just talk to myself.
I talk to myself too. Quiets the voices in my head.
Mr. Garcia.
I don't say
For
that.
myself, it's
I am the.
Did you say talking to yourself twice?
From across the room.
Yeah, how else am I gonna supposed to Harry and Harry?
And I thought I was crazy.
Because you are.
I'm being sarcastic, guys. I don't know what you're talking about. If that, she's a crazy person would say that. I'm gonna drop this now.
Okay, drop it.
Mr. Garcia.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Did you say something? Did you say something that I automatically said yes because I thought I heard my name?
Yeah, I did. Mr. Garcia.
Easy. It's fair. It's very fair.
Wait, is what? What is that? That's nasty.
It's Kamala.
It's your present. What's my present?
Yeah. So.
It's Kamala.
No, I need that back.
Kamala is
That's my band instrument.
If you want to help out,
What do you
go ahead and
got?
read the questions and then read.
I
That way you
played the tuba.
know what you're looking for.
I play the saxophone.
I play the trumpet. I don't do it.
Okay. We need to go back.
Yeah. I don't know
No,
where
I
this
need
came from.
Yes, I need that back.
Yeah, you're gonna. Please make sure
Wait,
you
what time
sign
do we
up.
leave this class?
We'll see. 10:56.
It is 10:18.
10:18. So we have time to work on this. We're going to talk about it in a second. Okay?
Your time.
And we're going to time allows so we can play our Kahoot again, and that way we get that answer.
An iPad student and Wi-Fi.
We'll just play like we did.
It's just practice balls.
There's no one. You like
Where they're
first.
from. Okay, they went to the bayou, right?
Do you play video games?
I do.
Do you play Injustice 2?
I
No.
know.
Wait, he plays video
The
games?
Ninja Turtles are in it.
No way.
I didn't know that.
It is huge.
Well, what's that to do with Texas?
I sent her for a letter.
That's fair, but
That's
let's
what the
focus
Ninja
on
Turtles
what
are. They're in Texas somewhere.
No, what'd you do this?
They live under my house. It's talking about Ninja Turtles being in Injustice 2. It's happening.
I don't care as long as that's your cartoon.
So, you got it, right?
There's a poster of the actor of Blaine from me and who's home.
Be quiet.
Or? Is that?
And then she comments all like that, and there has to be a poster of Blaine. But Blaine's not.
Okay, why? Why did I get in the truck?
Exactly. But still, it's still
Because
kind of a musical.
I think he was talking to
Be
someone.
quiet.
Doesn't mean it's a
Be
Broadway.
quiet.
It's a TV
quiet.
show.
Read,
Hey,
go ahead and read.
it's a TV show.
Hey, babe, be quiet.
Listen, it's
Acting theater.
but you're
Be
gonna
quiet. No,
start
no,
going back in.
Garcia.
Give me a reason for that.
Gonzalez.
I'm gonna
Hang it on the wall. Something in the box.
Okay.
Okay?
I'm gonna stop. Is there an eraser?
It's
I
Mr.
know.
Stillyoker.
I know, but what if you threw up in there
How do you
and
get
I'm
it?
walking by and it just so happens that your hand slips?
Well, if it hits you, that would be bad.
Oh,
That's-
Did you see that wouldn't be bad? No.
I don't like it. That was
It's a teacher.
So guys,
Hey, Barney, some help.
I think I'm getting these wrong, but that's okay.
it's what you glean from the material.
I'm confused on this question.
Glee. Just take the M away.
Yeah,
Glee.
yeah,
Glee.
glean.
Glee.
That's a word. I used it right.
Glee.
Glean.
Glee. Glee. No.
What I.
Be quiet.
You wouldn't understand. Glee.
Yourself
He's not
studies
obsessed
nerd.
with Glee.
Yeah.
Mostly
Well, it's
hurtful.
G.
Yeah, G-L-E-E.
Glee. Not E.
Glee sucks.
Hurtful. Did I get it? Hurt, right?
Yesterday I asked my
Well, it's not that,
He
okay?
said he
So
tried
you
to
gotta
look
read
at
it.
Hey, is it bad that I purchased every
So
song
why
on
agree with
iTunes?
this?
Is it bad I have all of them downloaded on
If the law
Spotify and
was
it's taking up all my storage?
No, like,
I don't know.
no, like I downloaded them
Or the
off
law
of
right
iTunes.
here.
I downloaded them off of
Yeah, so
Spotify.
read this section.
Really, on here.
So you're
There
gonna-
is over 200
Be
songs.
No, you
quiet.
gotta agree and then tell me why.
Stop talking about Glee.
Or disagree.
No one wants to hear this.
There's no wrong answers.
But I was like gleeful.
I never because it has nothing. I disagree because I Who wants to hear a really
Tell
good
me
song?
why.
I disagree. I did.
You did tell me why. More in
Who
depth.
wants to hear a really good song?
Is it
I don't
called
understand. Oh, Stephen F.
Nothing?
I'm finished. You
I'm
finished?
saying.
Well, why are you standing up then?
What's your
What do you want, social studies nerd?
You don't say that word in my class.
And you don't say that to
He's a social
Glee.
studies.
You can't say
Okay,
that
well,
to
let's
Glee.
not call each other's names.
It's
I know.
I was talking to you.
I
Yes.
think it's a compliment,
Yes,
but
no.
Evan.
I'm allowed to say
Evan.
that. Is my name.
Evan.
But you can't make up layup for
Like
me.
now.
So sit down.
That is my name.
I'll sit back.
Alright,
Use the backboard.
You hear it's on
Fourth
it's
string.
on tape.
Okay,
I'm not
let's see what you
Fourth
got.
stringer.
Who wants to
No,
hear
it's-
it's on? That's not.
Is it
It's
called-
clear.
I
I'd
don't- I don't
like
know
to
that.
go somewhere.
I'm 30.
I'd like to go
There's a
someday.
difference.
I'm older than all of you.
Are you? I'm better than no
You just
one.
angrily say a
So what
lie.
can you make these answers better?
Yes. Perfect. Kurt
I mean, everything, it could be big then. So why was he arrested?
Share,
Because
I
he's
didn't
gonna
know
go
what I
to
was
Texas
gonna say.
telling them like
yeah.
to settle in Texas.
What did they say?
And that just made the Mexican government mad
Around it.
because they told them not to.
Like, okay.
Well, a letter is harmless.
But
But the contents of the letter.
You live in
Yeah,
a
well,
No, you didn't. You're
So, tell me about the contents.
the contents
And the scoop.
If you say just letter, I can be like he's writing to his family. So,
Traumatized.
I would rewrite that.
Stranger danger.
Stranger Things.
Hey, can you question now? Disgusting. Actual
Make sure you sign out. And,
You have to do all the work now.
let's go ahead and put a bar at that.
Really?
Santa Ana.
I know.
Santa isn't real.
Oh my gosh, don't say such a sinful thing.
It's
But
true.
he's not real.
Santa isn't real.
Guys, we should be focusing on our handout. I'm reading. Evan is the furthest along. I'll give him that, but he needs to rework those.
I finished.
He's just
I see the answers.
Prohibited.
You can use door, especially on that back.
What's prohibited?
Especially on that back. That's
What
entry.
does that mean?
Exactly.
What's prohibited?
You need to build on those answers.
Didn't allow.
Let's focus
Are
on
you
what
sure?
we
I
have.
don't
There's
trust your answer.
most of you guys got 2 done.
Mr. Garcia, does that mean didn't allow?
Except for Noah.
Done.
Let's focus on that, Noah. Yes. Like prohibition, you're not allowed to do something.
I told you. What's prohibition?
Prohibition?
Whatever you just said.
No one abused
me, I have proof.
Prohibition was the 18th Amendment.
I have a
Okay.
question.
Okay.
You're not allowed to make or drink
Oh,
alcohol.
I put
I have a real question. What
After
does
2 a.m.
compromise mean to me?
Compromise means?
Okay, not allowed to.
So guys, I want to address this question. One of those questions is about compromise. What is a compromise?
I don't remember.
Something you agree on something. Fixes something.
So, for
Agrees
example,
on a compromise.
yes.
Like the Berlin Wall.
What?
Because
Berlin Wall. Wow. Yeah, you're right. So, Evan says Berlin Wall.
I was actually right.
You're right. Because it divided. Yeah.
Good job, Evan. You did something.
That's a really good example.
It's
Well,
not
let's
like we
simplify it.
disagree with you, like-
Kaden, what are we doing on?
He's smart.
He is smart, but that's your seat over there. So let's
No,
move
that's
that.
my seat.
Then let's move to your seat, please. Okay. Now you're isolated. So guys, a compromise, right, is 2 opposing forces, right? They conflict, and they. Let's not start.
That's what I mean.
So guys, there are 2 opposing forces. I've lost my track of my train of thought. And they want to agree and not conflict anymore. So they make an agreement.
Okay, so
Yeah.
so then if I put
So
like
say that you would, like Sarah the other day wanted my highlighter, and I was like, no, this is my highlighter. And, no.
I speak.
But
That was
I'll-
not the other day.
The other day, it was the last time I
That
was
was
here.
like 2 weeks ago.
It was 2 weeks ago. Okay, but it was the other day. That's beside the point. So she wanted the highlighter, but I was like, hey, you know what? And maybe if I loan it out to you for a time, okay? So she's like not trying to get it from me. I loan it out, I get it back. That's a compromise. Okay? I know this entire semester you've been talking about compromises, right?
No.
Compromise.
Sure.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have.
No.
Yes, we
Yeah.
have.
History on stage.
History on stage.
What's history?
Why wasn't this our conflict?
Okay, in most of those scenarios,
This?
there's going to be a conflict, right? And they're going to find a solution for that conflict with either a law or an act to fix that problem and compromise with both parties. So they're both happy.
So then if I put like
Ha! Aiden's saying
Mexico
alone, he's alone. Why
trade
did you say
something.
that?
I told you what they wanted to say about the
This law, okay? Think of these laws.
Doesn't care.
These laws really made Texans angry, right?
Oh, I thought we were talking
So
about.
Mexico wanted those laws so they had to put into Texas. So think about
Why
it.
don't you
Sit
How
down.
can you change these balls to
You
be
would not be
different?
dirt Congo. You'd be a dark.
I didn't.
Yeah, you would be Brittany.
Oh.
I don't even know what we're talking about. You can't laugh at the jokes right here.
No, my mom likes to do when I was little.
My heart.
My mom still watches Glee.
I don't know. I answered a question.
You answer a question? Awesome.
Did you answer this one?
I have more. I don't have time to watch Netflix or whatever. Please.
You
So after.
I just sleep.
I can explain it a lot in my head.
Stop doing that.
It hurts my
Well,
ears.
then let's go inside your head.
Wait, I can make my voice go a lot higher and a lot louder.
I can too.
Maybe
So
it's
it's
a
a
really
really
question.
Like what?
I'm not going to.
And then all you have to do is
Right
explain it.
It hurts.
Okay.
Just with words.
Now you have no
The written words.
Well, I can explain why also.
But then explain why.
Because immigration was bad and they prohibited it or that and then this all these things are good.
Shut up.
Well, yeah.
Yes,
So you just gotta put that there.
okay, I did.
The love was good. No, the love was good. Why?
Yeah, man.
Evan, come here, I need help. Can I have another paper?
You're smarter than me.
Yes.
Hey, Mr. Garcia.
Which one do you want?
Yes.
Camera's not
Oh my
sitting in the
gosh.
seat.
Her hair is
Camera's fine. Okay, focus on you.
He doesn't want to say it.
You got one.
You have partial.
Which
So,
one do you need?
let's read this.
I already did.
You already did, then you can answer me.
I didn't read all of it.
Well, then we should review it again.
Okay, I'm not real.
I'm driving
I can't even.
Hi.
It's
the
Why are you not sitting in the other one, Shannon?
Oh, she needs the 4 paper, this one.
Oh, so that's my mother.
I'm sorry now.
And
No,
I'm
I cleared down my
You know, and you're killing trees.
and then
Oh.
that's my
I
niece.
feel. I feel.
It's
And that's my nephew. That's my niece. Hi niece.
Where do you think I
No,
go for some
don't say
nice
him.
chicken?
He's just being
Yes, Evan.
Where do you think I
You're
go for
mental.
some nice person?
11.
Let's see what you got.
I refuse to watch Stranger Things.
Top 5.
You don't watch
Stranger Things?
Oh my god, so many people just attack me. I'm scared. Dakota, watch it. A lot of it.
I don't want to watch it because all Instagram talks about is Stranger Things. Oh my god. OMG, look at this Stranger
Because
Things.
it's so
No,
good. It's the best Netflix original series.
No.
It's
We're
better
gonna
than
have
Five.
season 3.
Better than
Work
Glee.
or you're fired.
No, nothing's better than Glee.
Noah.
And he's more.
I don't
He's 2 needs more.
How did you break the picture?
I'm not talking
I
to
tell
you.
you.
You're shameful.
This one?
Stranger Things is better than Voltron.
What?
I want to hear nothing in the video.
No, it's not.
From
But
here.
nothing's better
Oh,
than
I got to
Voltron.
watch one episode.
And from on the top of my head, I remember that in the
We
video.
gotta get right that down.
That wasn't me, that was my mom.
Don't touch the
Just
E.
keep working on it.
What? I didn't know this happened here. Crazy. It's on the inside, you crazy.
Yes.
No.
I'm on the inside.
You still have, you still have more to do.
Oh my
You're
god.
almost like 1 quarter of the way up here.
That was weird.
Still have
Very
to
weird.
Agree or disagree?
Very agreeing because the walls are good.
No, never.
Explain.
Explain it, Adam.
You gotta explain
I
it.
didn't prohibit it.
Well, we gotta write it
Mr. Garcia.
Yes.
May I
But where's the bed?
Yes.
Here, Katie.
Hey, let's not throw that pencil.
Take me.
Wait, you can borrow my pencil.
It's a someday.
You got it.
But you said something earlier.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
I got you.
Yeah, you said something. I was listening to Tyler because I remember
Care about
you were
you.
saying Kyle. And you said something.
Oh, guys, I'm standing up.
Mr. Garcia. Mr. Garcia. Mr. Garcia.
I could have chosen the kid that was in any
1 second.
I don't know what to do. Look at the trash can.
Let's focus. Okay, we gotta focus. We only have 24 minutes, guys, and
First of all, no joke.
She's
we have
legit
a little less
talking
now
to
because
the
I was last checked. Also, we're going to be talking about these questions, and we're not going to be able to actually write those out when we get to those
I
questions.
don't have any.
Wait, what now? Your mother.
Whoa, let's not keep
Okay, so this.
You're my niece.
Actually have to do what?
So
But everything
You're gonna read
Wait.
this right here.
How's your questions coming?
Oh, it's going good. I have like 2 more
You ready?
questions left.
Okay,
I
then
like-
Yeah.
using that,
Whatever.
over the,
We're so
use
smart.
that material, hold the answer.
Lee is terrible.
Okay, so
Be the
the
first.
question is.
Blake, we should be sitting down and finishing our
We
answers.
should.
I haven't watched
Okay.
it, so I'm
You're
kidding.
not taking me into the development. I thought you were this happened.
No, he might kill a kid.
Another close number.
I don't know.
I can't remember.
Come on, Hayden.
I can't do that.
Look, I'm
Hayden.
I'm not very good.
I can't do that. I want to be cool when I get mad at someone. I'm like, okay, now listen. Okay, no. Act like,
No, Hayden just now, that one that,
it's like, okay, listen. No, what? Your opinion is relevant.
Mr. Garcia.
Oh, you still have the back to do, right? You still have that right,
Children on this one.
yeah, that one, right? So think about compromises. How would you apply that to the law of April 6, 1830,
Event.
and Texans? Yes.
Ew, what the f-
Explain.
Oh, yeah, I'm pretty cool. Okay,
Supposed to be right here.
Oh my god.
Yeah, let's move it, Blake.
Blake has a name.
Lee sucks.
It's okay.
Let's move you over here.
What about
Hayden?
Hayden? There.
She's fine.
I'm getting my work done. I've got 3 whole questions
Which
left.
one is
You don't have 3 whole questions left. That's exactly my point. Let's move you over here.
I have the crazy is right there.
Right there.
I was there. So for a dog.
He's not sitting there.
Let's go.
Yeah, right here. We're right there.
It's
That's
not
fine.
right there. It's on the outside.
So guys,
I'm not full screen. No way.
Like, you want me to put down strike 3?
Was that good?
guys, we should be focusing on finish. 1, 2, 3. Eyes on me.
1, 2, eyes on, oh.
Okay. Your guys are here. Okay. Some of you got your answers done, but you're getting distracted. Okay. So let's keep focusing on what we need to get done. A. We're not using that language in this box.
Bad language.
Okay. We're not insulting each other either.
Don't insult.
Okay. I don't want to escalate any of this anymore. Okay. I don't really want to call Mr. Copus up and like, hey, everyone's doing pretty bad here. Okay. So focus on your assignments. Some of you are getting hopefully done. Okay. There's progress. I see progress. So let's focus on that progress. Yes. Okay. Internal binding resolution was a reaction to that. So what would it bind? It's a basically definition.
You know, that's always the back.
Here is the back.
Okay.
What?
I still
That was black one.
From my head.
It's on this side.
Good, good, good.
It's
Good, yeah.
also here.
Freaking third
It's
grader.
also
Wait, what's the question
Just
next?
told us that there's.
what
Bad
is it?
word. Bad
And what is
word.
it for?
Full screen, 18
I'm not full
Yeah.
screen.
Did I go
Wait, wait,
Right, you
I'm
did
30.
string.
I'm 30.
Got it.
I know there's a lot of reading in this, but we gotta
Wait,
push
who
through
was
it.
the
Can I
rest?
go crying?
Who was
No,
arrested?
that's-
I don't know.
Nine.
This is a lot of reading.
That's a lot
Yeah,
of
there might
reading.
be 20.
So
I
guys,
don't see how
we
crazy
really want to look at
Two,
the title of this paragraph.
Yeah, but how do I know who was it?
Virtually
He's on 13.
here.
Please talk on the best one.
No,
He isn't on like six.
Who is? No. No.
I mean,
Yes, no.
I'm the second best. I'm better than
Let's
you.
get that and that,
We know that for a fact.
I don't know.
and then we'll talk about the event class. Okay.
I like how most of the girls are
Break
18.
up plan.
Huh?
Most of the girls are 18.
Alright, 18.
Basketball.
I thought you said 18.
Yeah, I think
Yes,
it's
build on it.
18
For
basketball?
what purpose?
I'm on 18.
We gotta add.
I need help.
the number 18.
Why would I say 18?
You also use your notes.
Are you all
Notes are
18
in the purpose
basketball?
too. Yes,
Are
you
you
playing
18
basketball?
on basketball?
I need help.
Are you?
we need help.
How many people are on there?
Not all.
So,
Like, a lot.
There's a lot of girls on 18.
why did it cause a divide?
There's like 10 people, probably.
Yeah, there's
These three things, right?
That's a lot of people.
You guys.
Between Mexico and Texas. Why did it cause a divide?
There's more on these.
I can't wait to get in high school because I don't like college.
Wait, why is that so
This
surprising that there's
Yes.
more people in
That was part of it.
At Kirby.
They're going to cause attention to
Bad.
These three things are going to cause attention.
You gotta do what Kirby does.
Just make sure you express
Wait,
why that's going to cause
I
attention.
know how Kirby play basketball.
They play man-to-man basketball, they're really fast. And
I know.
Hey, if they're
I went to
fast.
Garcia last year.
Evan,
They're very good at basketball.
Evan, you don't even have to be fast.
He's back. Just run it back.
I say Kirby's fast.
Is there a side?
You're almost done.
Yes, they
You're
were.
really good.
Yes, they were fast. You don't have to be fast to beat them.
I still don't know who got arrested in that very degree.
Definitely.
Oh, yeah, I knew
We
that.
talked about this during the
That's
video.
exactly
We talked
what
about
ours
Yeah, I
this
knew
during
that.
the
Our basketball
PowerPoint.
I knew that. I
Our
knew that.
All
basketball
this is the
is
accumulation,
just
okay?
pass the ball all the way down court just to get a lead.
No, it's not working.
It's a
Yes,
fast-paced offense.
Please stop.
No, but some of us can't catch. I can catch.
How much time are
You just throw it too high.
Me?
No, not you. People just throw it too high. I'm not
No, what
that
happens
tall.
if we throw too low?
It hits my knees.
No, it hit your
I
head.
got you.
You disagree, tell me why you disagree.
Did you just make a short wall?
You said you.
Man, I know someone shorter than me.
Two.
Short and shorter than Vince.
Oh my man, you gotta build on that.
He's like,
Wait, is Evan and Candy still a thing?
he's like this
Yeah.
short.
Yes.
Disagree.
I think
He's like this short.
if it's not, if Evan,
Even my first
someone's
one.
gonna die.
Where's Devin?
He's actually my
But someone
cousin.
I mean you.
I have a lot of cousins.
We have a lot of
And
this.
we still have these two.
I know.
It's a lot of discussion as that should be going on.
John did it.
Yeah, then
Still working.
working on topic. Well, then should only be one of those happening. Okay? Working.
Oh, sorry. It's pretty big so far.
Can we turn it over done?
No, we can't, hold on to them.
Evan,
We'll turn them in later.
Evan, if you see somebody with buck teeth,
You might have
if
done
you
that.
see somebody with buck teeth, like this.
I would
Let's
recommend.
go that question, right?
No, like,
Agree?
like
So
gap
why?
in their teeth.
What
Yeah.
is it?
Like someone with a gap in their teeth.
I love it. Agree or disagree?
Agree or disagree? Right? That's part one. Based on
Like
the
a gap in their teeth.
the law
I
of
agree.
statistics was a good
Thank
decision
you.
by
You
many.
should play-
Agree or
no.
disagree?
I'm talking about
Now tell me why.
Oh.
you should
I
play
know,
man
I-
on him.
I need these, so ask. Go
Is
on.
it Thomas? Thomas.
Hey, Mr.
So,
Garcia,
Garcia.
did you see the good?
We call him gap tooth.
Are you gonna watch your game?
Look, did you see?
Evan, are we talking about that?
I just did it.
We're talking about history and basketball.
I just did it one
Yeah,
time.
We're talking about
we're
history.
talking about their,
And we're not talking
history and
about
basketball.
Look, I
Okay,
did
let's
it
not
like-
talk.
I
We're
did it
talking
like-
about Abraham Lincoln and basketball.
It was made, the basketball game was made for what?
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
It was.
Yes, it was.
Oh, no.
It was. It wasn't made for black people.
But black people are better at it.
All of them?
Exactly.
That's pretty
Now,
straightforward.
Okay, you guys, he has asked you to talk about history, not about basketball.
We're talking about
The last comment I just heard was uncalled for.
What?
Oh, what was it?
Don't worry about it. Those that said it, no.
It excluded.
So this isn't a group activity, so.
Connie, stop.
Stop calling me that.
Sorry, Mom. Last time I checked, I'm the parent.
it would be a very bad murder.
I went to parents like
Jack.
working
This many. So,
this many.
Yeah, let's go.
I'm
Focus on these.
I'm a sister.
I think we're the only school that does stream.
Those were from Chario's.
So let me try.
I don't know.
Keep going.
Evan, we're the only school that does stream.
These two,
What?
We're like the only school that does stream.
you know where they
They
find
just
this, right?
screams?
Yeah.
I'm running person.
No,
There, I'm
When
done.
was the Civil War?
stream.
What?
When was the Revolutionary War?
I
Which
think
one?
it was around
Like
when
first group, second
Abraham
group.
Lincoln was president.
No, it wasn't.
Which one?
Wasn't it like 1776?
Somewhere around that. Yeah.
Like in like high school,
Which
which was when
one?
like
When was the Civil War?
they got one person.
1817?
18.
It was 18.
I have an idea.
17.
What's my idea?
60. Have you seen the movie Lincoln? That was a good movie.
So,
Mr. Garcia, when was the Civil War?
How'd they divide?
1864.
4. I thought it was 68. I knew it was 1860 something.
1864?
It's like 1863 and then like 4.
Like, hold on,
And it kind of
I'm
spread into 5.
how'd they
See,
divide?
she's smart.
Isn't she?
Yeah.
I heard she.
She.
Get your gamer boy
Well, what you-
back out of my area.
Highlight
Gamer
what you
Boy.
asked.
It's
Gamer
Game
Boy.
Boy.
these
Game
answers.
Boy.
Game Boy
Game Boy.
Advanced.
That was very inappropriate.
Agree or disagree?
Did you say Game Boy or Game Boy?
Gamer Boy.
Make sure you.
I said gamer board.
Boy.
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 Wait, that was a bad word.
What?
That was a bad word.
I've been reading it. I don't under.
You understand?
You shouldn't use that in original class.
I know what I'm supposed to be answering,
Yeah.
but I can't find it in that one.
Okay. Well, this is not like a definition, finite definition. But this is actually.
That word.
There's also. Yeah.
Which word?
That.
Look at this.
Is it which
Those are
word?
not notes. Those are my
Yes,
quiz.
you said it.
Yeah, which word? Everybody except which word needs to be punished.
Fear,
Oh, yeah, I saw
retaliation, zealous retreat to life, and then it goes into
Four,
why.
four times.
Okay.
Okay. You can also use your notes on this, guys. It's not limited to just a handout.
What?
I'm not smart.
No, that's a song. You guys never heard that song?
What song?
When it goes. dun, 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 dun,
So, guys, are we talking about music or should there be
Like,
talking
dude,
at
you want
all?
my iPad?
I gotta break your iPad.
Well, let's put up the iPads, and that way it's not an issue.
No, 'cause I just haven't been ready.
You still got 2 left.
I know.
You have it.
One.
Still one more.
I'm trying.
You're getting close, but you should focus on that.
I'm trying to figure this out.
Wait,
How they
this?
divide?
Mr. Garcia, how do you know?
Okay, 1 second.
The Texans thought that they had.
Yeah, these Texans make me angry.
Arkansas.
I was born in
Arcane.
Texas.
Support for Santa Ana, though.
Arcane.
So what was the
Arcane.
Not to be, we're not rebels, okay?
Arcane.
We're not rebels, we're not rebelling.
Arcane.
Regulars.
No, actually, I'm not a.
Arkansas.
So you're gonna make a compromise, right?
I used to make Dakota mad, but
So you're making a compromise between Mexico and Texas. Texas.
Santa Ana.
Arkansas. And he says, okay, if you say Arkansas, say Kansas.
Well,
And I'll
it's
say,
not necessarily-
Okay, Kansas.
Should we be talking about Kansas?
No.
In
Oh,
Arkansas?
yeah.
No,
Texas
it's not.
history.
Arkansas.
This is Texas history. So, compromise, right?
Yeah.
You making compromise.
Wait, isn't Arkansas right next
What
to
would cause conflict?
It's right next to
How do I
us.
make a compliment?
What was the
It's
conflict?
not.
Yeah, it is. It's in the corner.
What?
The
Oh,
law
yes,
of
it
the
is.
police.
I was wrong, sorry.
Yeah, so how would you make a compromise?
We just keep
By
steps,
fixing
stepping
the
it
law.
off.
And you see
One way.
which one.
You never said
So
it was
what's the,
fine.
these are the laws, right? How would you make a compromise using those?
Just don't make them.
Neither am I. I wanted to be smart, but my dad's like, no, that doesn't fit your, you know.
Does it fit your jeans?
Just gonna,
I'm not smart. Oh my God.
I'm like the smartest person in my house.
Look behind you.
What is-
Good. You need to finish.
you wanna
he's
make a
not.
compromise?
Put it down.
That's a
You're supposed to
stance,
keep
you
it.
can make a stance.
Like,
I have your real one.
It's good. Hold on a second.
Make me scared.
Yeah, how would I make a
Don't
compliment?
look.
Well, how would you build a bridge between two factions?
You get workers and then you pay them to work and then they put like, you know, then they make like a map and put
Actually,
things
third
doing
month,
it,
fourth
and
day,
then
fifth
and
year.
then You know, they test it out, see
My
what
birthday is
and they open it up and go.
Ditto.
March 4th.
That's a good standard, yeah.
That's my birthday.
It's a ditto.
Ditto.
Ditto's a Pokemon.
Ditto and the everything. So he's like the best one.
No.
No,
Obviously,
I want Shadow Music.
Actually,
Yes, no.
Sylveon, like I do.
Sylveon can't even be found anymore.
So,
I thought I said that at first.
plus we're about to go ahead and do this.
I think you did say
Because you
that.
guys are all
And then Ontario, Ontario is horrible.
Can't get much.
Fluffy dragon.
No, I can sell one of my cars for
So the
$5.
law.
I can sell all my cars for $1 million.
Huh? I said I've sold all my cards for a long time, but I've never done that. They're like my baby.
No, I have
Why
like
would that upset you?
210 Pokemon.
I know.
I probably have more. So I have like 4 or 5
It's
times.
gonna cause tension. Talk about the tension.
I have three boxes.
No, I have like 2 boxes.
I think one of these boxes, please.
So guys, we have about 10 minutes left. Let's talk about these,
I'm
okay?
not smart.
That's not smart. That's gonna hurt my head.
You should just give me answers.
Okay.
Okay, let's go back to bed.
I just finished and he said we have to go.
Already have.
Okay.
Here, here's a copy.
No, it's in.
First of all,
Okay guys, let's talk about number 1. Agree or disagree?
both.
Who would agree?
I would.
I do. I would too.
That's a lot of agrees. Why would you agree?
Why not?
Because
Cameron, why would you agree?
Because it's scammer.
I was wrong one time.
Cameron had a good one. I read this.
Because if the Anglos didn't follow the laws in Mexico,
Yeah.
then they get worse laws for Anglos.
Oh, here's my
Exactly.
reason.
So if these Anglo settlers were unchecked for the longest of times,
That's right.
Oh,
wouldn't Mexico be justified in making these laws?
No!
Cameron agrees.
They would be tearing each other apart.
Yes, I agree. I agree with him. I disagree with that. Oh god, it's not my
I agree.
So guys, who?
I agree with the second streamer on Angels.
Guys, what's going?
Lord of the Rings.
What's rolling on the ground?
I chopped my ring.
Nobody knows.
Well, let's put that ring in your bag so that doesn't
Hey,
happen.
hey, remember the rings from Lord of the Rings?
do this to Kate.
I can give it to him.
No.
So, who chose disagree? Did anyone choose disagree?
Ow.
Of course, no.
I
No, but why would you disagree?
It's not fair.
It's not fair. Why was it
That
not
was so
fair?
funny, I forgot to laugh.
Let me look at them rules. Because they had to pay extra money just to bring their good stuff.
Yeah.
They're good
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
I'm
fair.
cool.
I wouldn't like it if I had taxes for bringing my Xbox
Exactly.
somewhere.
So no one says it was excluding these people from buying goods. Yeah.
They didn't have Xboxes in
Right?
1830.
Yes, they
Cameron, why would you disagree?
Well, why not?
I disagree because, well,
Not Cameron.
thank you. Well, they had to pay more taxes for goods to go to them from the USA.
Yeah. So these
They had to pay
laws.
for more food and water.
So these
We have
laws,
taxes,
right,
so we don't.
was aimed for a specific use to against
We don't.
Anglo settlers. Yes. Evan.
Do you know how hard
I
this
agree-
work? They
I
dry
agree
out
with
and
Cameron
put the
because,
lid on them.
The Anglos were getting, like, they were having too much freedom.
Permanent
And
mark.
they could be like, pretty much whatever they want.
Yeah,
Like
because
slavery and stuff.
Mexico had their own way of doing things.
Yeah.
But these Anglos had their own way of doing things that they brought over from the US. Right? So it's going to conflict. They're going to cause tension because these laws exclude Anglos from doing what they want. And that's their self-government. So let's go about the Turtle Bayou resolutions. You guys are having hard troubles finding this. No, you're fine. What did you get?
It's wrong.
I want to hear from you. What did you get?
Come on, Caden. I mean,
I believe in you was an answer.
No, it's not that.
That's fine.
I'm
I'm going to have to beat those anyway.
It's wrong.
Here, I got mine.
What did you get, Blake?
I said turned over and fled.
I turned what? Did you repeat that?
Turned over and fled.
Turn over and flip. That was a part of it, yes.
I'm so smart.
No, it's like football.
What is that?
They arrested, well, in the turtle body
Resolution, yeah, you're fine.
they arrested two law partners for saying that they would like attack Texas or with
Yeah.
their
That's messed up.
small army.
Yeah.
And
So they were making their own militia, they got arrested for it.
yeah,
So-
and then they had to kidnap or kill.
They had to kidnap somebody?
Yeah, in retaliation, Mexico, from the PowerPoint, right, from your notes, they, these 150 people marched on against Bradburn, and they captured Mexican troops, but they wanted to trade. And some people were worried that Mexico would retaliate and think this was an open rebellion. But these resolutions came into play because. Did you have your hand up?
Oh, yeah.
No, go ahead.
No, never mind.
Okay.
I got
I'm gonna ask you later. So these resolutions were saying that, hey, we are not rebelling, we support Santa Anna in his movement. So don't try to send people up here. So it was a list of statements, guys, saying that, hey, we're not rebelling. So,
Really?
yes.
What's
that was what they were saying.
Afghanistan?
So guys, let's talk about this third one. Which Texas impresario was arrested and why was the change recently followed the arrest? Believe not a chance for peace between Mexico and Texas. Evan.
Because it was Stephen F. Austin, and he was arrested for sending for the letter, the contents of the letter to Americans, telling them to colonize to the colonists about settling in Texas.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. So Stephen F. Austin. No. Well, guys, we're talking about the third question here. Right? So Stephen F. Austin's arrest, not. So we're talking to me, you, and my.
He's an attack
Okay.
helicopter.
Let's focus on that.
Wait, what?
Whole class discussion. So guys, Stephen F. Austin sends this letter out, and the contents of this letter, like Evan says, is going to get him in trouble because it applied for statehood that they didn't get permission for. So he's going to get arrested for this, and then later, when he is released, Santa Anna starts making his movement to become a dictator. Okay, so that's going to rub people the wrong way, and there's going to be more conflict because of it.
So he was their only dictator?
He wasn't the only one, he's just the one that applies here. So, how would you create compromise between Mexican governments and Texas by avoiding conflicts by changing the laws of April 6th? So we're changing the laws, right?
We have conflict.
Yeah, we got some time. We're changing the laws, right?
I
Maybe
wouldn't.
this.
They wouldn't, so why would they want to do that?
No, I wouldn't.
You wouldn't. You don't want peace and
No.
prosperity?
I could care less about how they separate.
So guys, make sure you have your names on it, and
Blake, you're
I'm
supposed to
going
pass
to be
them in.
taking up
All of you are?
all of them, especially yours,
No.
because I had you do extra.
Good thing I'm a Democratic.
So highlight.
Blake, did you put your name, Blake, did you put your name on your papers?
Yeah.
Mr. Garcia, can I just go ahead and staple all these together?
You can do that as long as they're together and have your names on it.
My name is on one piece of paper.
You can keep your handouts with all the information on it. So
I got lunch. Wait, do you need all this?
Oh my god, the heating gun is
except for one.
And
For
two
the
straight
last
up there.
one. You keep that one.
Oh,
I didn't go to lunch right now.
You do? You keep this one.
I know my desk.
Retarded.
Sure.
Do you have a Clorox one in person? Do you have a Clorox one?
bad.
Okay.
That is the worst I've ever seen this class act.